whole courtyard. And all these bushes are pretty consistently trimmed down. So, what about this one?
Drained up. Too much tree.
Too much tree. The person that's going to witness the potential sex assault in the courtyard is never going to see anything. Or the person that's about ready to be broken into because the thief is hiding behind this tree. They're gonna target this area because no one can see it. They're not going to target this place next door because they're going to be seen. So just another example. Door locks. And I'll go ahead. I'll have Cale pass this guy around as we talk about door locks.
Just so you know, this deadbolt, this is a quick key or quick lock set that you can actually change the keys yourself. Well, somebody played a joke on us when we had this upstairs and changed out the key. We actually have to have the original key for this to change the lock. Somebody changed it on us and then took the key away. So it won't go that way, but it will unlock this way. And then somebody also took a screw from this. This is supposed to be a 3-inch screw. It's about this long. And you can kind of compare that to this little one here. And then there's some peepholes up here too.
And as I talk about door locks, you can kind of see what we're talking about. And actually at the top there as well, those two little holes are eye viewers. One is a 90 degree and one is a 180 degree. The larger one is a 180 degree. And we'll talk about eye viewers here in a little bit. But as far as deadbolt locks, the important thing to consider is you want to have at least a 1-inch throw, the deadbolt throw, the part that goes into the striker plate that's in the frame of the door. It should be at least 1 inch long. And when you have it fully extended, you should be able to push it back in manually. It should hold firm. If you do, then you need to change your deadbolt out because it's not a reliable deadbolt. We have single cylinder and double cylinder. And what do you guys think these guys are here? What do those look like to you? Single or double?
Double.
Those are actually single. Single has got a throw, just a manual switch on one side. So if you're inside, you can just lock it yourself without a key. A double cylinder, it's keyed on both sides. So can anybody think of a good idea to have a double cylinder? When that would be a good idea to
When you
put?
got a glass beside it.
Exactly. Yeah, if you have a glass upper part of your door and you have a single cylinder, they're just going to bust it out, reach right around, and they're in. So consider that. And if you have that issue on your property, I suggest you get rid of that single cylinder, put a double cylinder in. All of the exterior doors should be solid core. What do I mean when I say solid core?
Wood all the way
That
through.
guy right there. Either wood or some sort of a solid composite material should be in the inside. And why is that important? You can put your fist right through them. Believe it or not, we have a lot of places in Lakewood, they have hollow core doors in the exterior. And their idea of door repair is when somebody puts their fist through the door, they're going to get out the Bondo, and then they're going to repair it. So I encourage you not to be that person.
Ryan?
Yes?
Question?
Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to the bolt lock, I always worry about having the double-sided key affair on a bolt, deadbolt, because if I wanted to get out of my house in a hurry,
Sure.
and the key, you can't get the key in there, it defeats the purpose,
Right.
right? But so, you have a fire, if you want to get out, you got to find the key.
That's a great point too, and a lot of the stuff will suggest that most all exterior doors have got to be the single because of that. And the main time that I encourage people to go double cylinder is when you have the glass, when it's easily accessible.
What you do to mitigate that is, me as the criminal trying to get into your house, I don't know where you put that key. But you can hide that key fairly close to that deadbolt where you know where it is, and he can't get to it or she can't get to it.
Yeah.
So you have those double key, you have it somewhere up at the top, somewhere like that, where in case of emergency, you're right there, grab it, you're out.
I hear that, Cam, but the concept of panic sets in. You want to get out of the smoky house where you can't see to find that key. That always concerns me.
Sure. Well, and then
And there's no hard and fast rule, but we're not saying that you have to do that. You know, if you don't feel comfortable in that situation, it's fine to do this with just a single cylinder deadbolt. But you have to be conscious that that is a weak point in the house, and maybe you need to add a storm door to it. Maybe you need to add some kind of film to the window. There's different ways that you get around that. Okay?
So the striker plate, that's the guy that's on the frame of the door itself. And this is where the throw goes right into the door. Cam mentioned it earlier, the screws that you put right into there, these upper and lower screws, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's just 2. But you want to have those, when you get home, pull those screws out and see what you see. If it's a wood door frame, we suggest at least 3-inch long screws in that striker plate. And why do you think that might be important?
That would break more wood to get it out of there.
You're done, you're drilling into the stud of the wall, and you'll see exercises. If you want to search on YouTube or things like that, you can actually find where they take a battering ram and they're testing out different screw lengths. So they'll do 1 inch, that door will just explode open. 2 inch, it's a little tougher, but they get in. And 3 inch, sometimes you're seeing the wall move before the door will give out. So,
The whole wall.
Yeah, just kind of a story I had to do, I helped out on a search warrant at a house about 3 weeks ago. And this gentleman wasn't home, so we had to use our big key to get into the residence.
master key.
We didn't know it at the time, but he had 4 3-inch screws on that striker plate. It took me 4 shots. I'm a pretty big guy. I got a little bit of power behind me. It took me 4 shots with that big key to get in that door. I took the entire door frame off. It flexed everything out. It broke out the wall and took the door frame pretty much clear off for me to get in there. So that tells you if some guy doesn't have the tools to do this and it's just a regular door kick, hopefully your neighbors are going to see what's going on or somebody's going to see what's going on. If he wants to kick it that many times and end up with knee damage, more power to him. But that tells you how powerful that is. I mean, it's a great tool with just those 3-inch screws. That keeps people out.
Kwikset is actually the company that provided that to us, and they make exceptional locks. And you'll find that companies are following the SEPTED principles in the fact that when you buy a new lock set now, a new deadbolt, it's coming with, instead of 1-inch screws 20 years ago, now it's coming with 3-inch screws. So businesses, consumers are catching up and businesses are catching up to getting this industry standard.
You said there was a striker plate with 4 screws in?
Sometimes they have 4,
That
sometimes
one,
they have 2.
right there has four
I
screws.
didn't have to see the brand of it.
It's a Kwikset.
Those are all Kwiksets.
That's all Kwikset stuff. Other companies, they're all kind of standardized. They all do a lot of the same things.
Who has sliding doors, maybe to a patio or to a deck? Half, if not more than half. These are a real weak point of your house, and I think you probably understand that. How can we make that stronger? How can we make it? I'm not going to say that some of the stuff we're going to suggest will make it impervious to a burglary. We're in the business of deterring crime. So, you know, am I saying that if somebody has a half an hour, they can't bust open your solid core front door, even if you have 3-inch screws? No, I'm not going to say that. And I'm not going to say that there's no way to defeat a sliding glass door if you do what we do, but it's going to greatly reduce it. And, you know, if you want to go on the cheap, how many people have a bar or a broomstick in the track? That's a good plan. Why do you think that's got its limits too? Why do you think that might be limited in its effectiveness?
Break
Go
the
ahead.
door, break the window and pull it out?
Right on. You could break the window and pull it out. That's the obvious. And the other one I'm thinking is, most sliding glass doors, not French doors, but sliding glass doors, the door itself goes along a track system. So the broomstick is all the way at the bottom of the track. And then if somebody's trying to jimmy it from the outside, you can literally cant that door in the track. In a lot of cases, depending on the quality of the door, you can actually get that to pull up and out of the tracking, meaning I can palm the door from the outside if it's not locked, push it up, yank it out of the tracking, and take the whole thing down. So one of the things that we recommend is what's called Charlie bars. Anybody heard of Charlie bars? That's not at the bottom of the door, that's the middle of the door. It's literally a bar, and basically you screw